Hi, everybody. It's Linda G, and it's Monday, and we have our Mel back from um, France,
False.
and he was posting on Facebook, and I'm like, "Biatch, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it."
It was a beautiful trip.
And the food was fabulous, right?
The food was fabulous. Um, One night for appetizer, we had escargot. Uh, well, it's not as bad as it sounds.
I've had it, but yeah, no, it's not my
Um,
favorite thing.
but there was a whole variety of food, and on the ship, I call them river boats. They call them river ships. They only hold 150 people, but the chef was incredible. We had a guest chef one night, and I got my picture made with him.
Okay.
A good looking Menzies.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, and the food was incredible. They served it from every different region that they had like a specialty from that region. The last night before last that we were on the boat, they had Chateaubriand. Um, oh boy, one night, how you say? I can't pronounce it. Coq au vin or coq au vin, however you say it. It was really good. Just the food, the people. I found the French people incredibly friendly.
Yeah.
So, when I hear people say the French aren't friendly, I did not find that at all. They were absolutely
I
wonderful.
found some friendly, some not.
You just, instead of how are you, whether you speak French or not, I would just say bonjour. And at night, you say bonsoir. Um, and Nice was gorgeous. We got rain a couple days in Avignon. It poured. I called it cold,
Yeah, I
but
can tell.
I'm okay. It was a
We
one.
went to a farmhouse that was on an old, I'm talking the 1700s, where the buildings had collapsed. It had a church on it. And they made us just sandwiches
Oh,
for lunch. Oh my God, they make the best sandwiches.
they
Very simple, but delicate, good.
are so good. The cheeses, fromage, I think. Oh, the cheeses are
Excellent.
phenomenal. The wines, oh God.
I
Uh,
don't drink the wines.
I tasted a little bit. I didn't drink a lot. I had ginger ale mostly, but I tasted it because I just wanted to taste the wine.
Yeah,
It was really good. The vineyards are absolutely beautiful. Um, I fell in love with France, but I love all places. My favorite town was this little town called Viviers, and there was this little medieval town with 400 people, and they had this open market. Well, they all do in the little towns, but it was just wonderful.
that's great.
Just walking through it was like going back in time. And trust me, I would not have wanted to live back in the medieval times. Not at all.
No. So, yeah, I was told by a psychic that I had a bad past life there. And as soon as I got off the plane, I was sick the whole time I was there.
Oh yeah.
You were there when the Louvre was broken into.
Yeah,
They caught two of the guys.
but we weren't, that was in Paris. We were really
Yeah, I
far.
know, but you were in the country by that time.
And,
Hey, did you see Katy Perry and the ex-Prime Minister of Canada are dating?
no.
Yeah, for reals.
Who? Um,
He's good looking. They were the one they teased that Melania had a crush on.
what was his name? Trudeau, right?
Y- Was it Trudeau? Yeah.
The nice looking one.
Yeah, they're dating. And I got some bad news. Michael Bolton's brain cancer has come back, and he had to cancel all his shows. That's not good.
Brain cancer is not good. Mm-mm.
No, it's terrible. God bless his heart. And
I won't,
what a talent.
I won't make any predictions on it. I'll just leave it as it is.
Yeah. So it's very sad. So here's a good comment. Thank you for your questions. Um, Linda, I saw a YouTube video that had Trump's granddaughter admitting that Trump had been told he had terminal illness and with 6 months to live. And it's the reason for his wild behavior. Grand ballroom, he wants his face on Mount Rushmore. So will he be remembered forever in history after his death? God, no.
No. He will not be on Mount Rushmore. If he is, somebody will blow it up. That was a bad joke, you all. Uh, um, No, I think once he's gone, people will be like jumping up and down for joy.
Yeah.
He would
He's
be remembered, but as the
That's one of
insurrectionist
the
or president,
examples of what we don't do.
exactly,
Listen,
exactly.
I got an email from a lady who I recognize. She watches the shows, and she said, Linda, I watched you and Sterling and Mel and everybody. And she says, I'm just losing. I'm just losing. I'm in fear, she said. I'm in fear. I'm not seeing anything great or something like that. And I wrote her back and I says, well, I totally understand what you're saying. I can understand it for sure. But I said, can you do me a favor? Can you take a look at the number of people? Now they're saying it's over 7 million. Can you take a look at all those people that marched? That doesn't give you any kind of faith. And listen to this, Mel.
Yes.
She marched with everybody.
Wow. She
And then
marked.
she doesn't have any faith. So it's like, remember, that fear is the devil's work. The faith is what those guides told me when they told me to do a YouTube special. They said you will help them to calm down. We thought that was just Trump number one. Now Trump number two is even worse. And the
But
calmness is the faith, and the faith is having faith in things that you cannot see.
that's exactly what they want. They want us to be afraid. They want us to give up. They want us to, that's why they're creating the anarchy and the terror campaign, because they want to make people afraid so people out of fear won't do anything. And if we show that fear and let it take over, they win.
Yeah,
It's like my old saying when I had cancer is don't let the fear stand in front of you and hold you back. Let it get behind you and push you forward. I mean,
yeah,
I understand the fact that people are afraid. But I got a
I do.
comment when I was in France and I was posting pictures and that, we had put our political differences aside. We're all having a good time. And people were like, but how can you do that? How can you have fun when things are falling apart at home? And my response was, one doesn't negate the other. We can still have fun. We can still live our lives, but we can still speak up. We can still stop the tyranny. So one doesn't negate the other. But the regime wants us to live in fear. They want us to throw in the towel. I won't do it.
Yeah,
And so, did I march? No, I was on a trip. But had I been home, I would have.
yeah.
But I supported the marchers. So my feeling is, and I agree with you, Linda, to tell this person, don't give up. On my trips, I'll continue to post my trips, but I'll continue to speak up about the injustice and what's going on in this country. I won't be silent about it.
No, we need the hands of God to do something terrible to this administration. They are burning themselves alive. They're just now they're pouring the gasoline and they're trying to like there's nothing they're doing. And let me tell you, as we come up to November 1st, when people are can't have no health insurance, they can't afford to eat. Um, when these terrible things happen, when good people are standing in bread lines when the airplane people, the ones who tell you what's their names?
The air traffic controllers.
Yeah, they're not getting paychecks. So many people, good people, aren't getting paychecks. And they want us to blame the Democrats. That's their whole focus.
Of
But what's
course,
going to happen? They're going to blame the people in office.
that's why they want this shutdown to continue because they can blame the Democrats. Look at what the Democrats are doing. The Democrats have nothing to do with it.
Well,
Okay,
part of the reason Trump is so gleeful about this is because it keeps the Epstein files because they can't swear in that other congressperson.
and I was just going to say that when they refuse to swear in a congressperson, and use this government shutdown as a way to divert and deceive the people to keep the Epstein files at bay. it's going to blow up in their faces.
Oh,
You
we know
said
this.
something I want to touch on. You said it would take the hand of God. The hand of God is working. The
Yeah.
hand of God is getting all of us people to say, we have had it. You know, they are they're tearing themselves apart, the regime.
But they think America's just going to kowtow to they don't have a clue. Remember the Boston Tea Party? They don't have a clue that most Americans will not, unlike other nations that seem to have these oligarchs that come in and take over. We will not put up with it. As much as they'd love for us to be fearful and kowtow to them, it's not going to happen.
I agree. And I see a lot more Boston Tea parties. People are nervous about them trying to suspend the midterms. They'll try. People
They'll
are
try.
people are nervous about, swearing in this new person and them cheating on the midterms. They're going to try all of that. And
Not
it's,
going to work though.
it's not going to work. And as my guides keep telling me,
Coming out of the Tennosaurus, look at
it'll,
this, a new beginning.
there you go. It
By
will
springtime, we're looking better. But the
bingo.
thing is, when you don't feed people and they can't take care of their children, what do they have to lose if they got no place to sleep, nothing to eat?
That's
What
right.
do they have? They'll march right down there to the Capitol and take care of business.
It's going to appear as if the regime will win a few battles, but they will not win the war. They want people to get violent in the street. They want all that because then they can say they can declare martial law. I mean, they're trying it anyway. Look at what they're trying to do in Oregon or here in Chicago. There's no violence here, insurrection going on. The only criminals here now are the thugs from Donald Trump and his ICE agents who are wholesale rounding up people and sending them off to concentration camps. Those are the criminals.
Right. But my question is, when do you see this whole ICE thing starting to drown itself? Or can you? Because I know wins are very hard to do.
Well, I think by springtime it's going to start turning around. People, I
Okay.
mean, here in Chicago, we've got networks going on where if they see ICE people out, they call a certain number, and that number spreads the words. ICE has been seen in this neighborhood. You can go on maps and look, and they'll show you where ICE agents are. Our governor is taking names, and he will not forget those names. Um, the mayor of Chicago, he wasn't one of my favorite mayors, but I have to say he's doing a decent job on trying to, keep people informed about what ICE is doing. And he's not standing down, nor is our governor. You
Yeah.
know, um,
He said
I
they will be in trouble. So did, not that I like Nancy Pelosi that much, but she said they will all have to face trials.
they will. They absolutely will. Um, and I see a coalition of Democratic governors coming together so that they can redraw political districts and their states too. Indiana just said, we're redrawing our political districts. Well, it doesn't matter much in Indiana because they're all red anyway. But the bottom line is, Democrats are going to do it too.
Yeah.
And so, um, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
The difference with the Democrats is that they ask the voters, do you approve? The
Bingo.
Republicans, like in Texas, even though there's a lot of Democrats in Texas, they didn't ask nobody. They just took it upon themselves.
That's exactly right. And a lot of the red states are doing the same thing that Texas did. The Democratic states, like you said, are asking the voters, and the voters are saying, we want those lines redrawn.
Good.
Uh, so, yay, yay for the Democrats and yay for the Democratic states.
And then can you believe Texas had the nerve to sue California?
I know,
And
I
the
know.
judge threw it out. Like, no, it's okay for us to do it, but they can't do it, Your Honor.
The hypocrisy that's what drives me insane,
Yeah, that's how they roll. That's how they roll.
how they roll. So whoever wrote that comment to you, my advice is, that's
Oh
what
no,
they
they wrote back after I said what I said, and they were very grateful and
well, my
happy.
advice is they want you to be fearful, but don't let them put your light under a bushel. Let your light shine.
I understand the feeling because
So
sometimes I
do
hear
I.
another bull crap thing he's pulling, and I
You
can feel
know,
that chest heaviness, and then I say, Father, I know you've got us, so we'll
and
just
if you
let
can
him
hear me
keep digging
swear,
himself his own grave.
You could hear me swearing at the TV and swearing about the stuff that's going on. Oh my God,
Yeah.
But then I have to step back from it and say, wait a minute, we're doing our work. We can't lose our voices. And the Dems are starting to grow a backbone and starting to grow a certain part of the
Thank
anatomy,
you.
starting to
Thank you.
speak up.
So, do you got a question?
I'm going to tell you who's going to be president.
Ooh.
Newsom.
I guess I'm not going to call it now, but he's pretty powerful. But did you hear that Kamala has said that she's considering it?
I think Newsom will get the nomination. That's what I predict. There's nothing
Okay.
against Kamala. Nothing against Kamala.
I think she already won and she got treated terribly, but
She did win. She did win.
yeah.
My guides are telling me Newsom,
Okay.
and I like him because he gives Trump a taste of Trump, and Donald can't stand it.
You can't stand it.
He
And he
cannot.
doesn't like Kamala either.
No, he does not, because she'll stand up to him. Anybody that stands up to him. Okay, I got one. Jesse Girl says this is a good one. Will the U.S. invade Venezuela?
Well, the what?
Will the United States invade Venezuela?
Not right now. The Venezuelan dictator. Apparently no, wait. Who's the one that lost and then didn't give up his seat? Was that Venezuela or was that a different?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
on the news this morning, they had the guy that's running Venezuela. The people were talking. Yeah, I think it's him because some woman gave her opinion and some guy told her, you better not say that. But anyway, this person hates Donald Trump. But now he's saying, what do you want? You want oil? We'll give you oil. That's what they want is oil. So
Well,
Trump was on the news saying, yeah, the guy said anything you want.
he wants to control Venezuela. But, years ago, back in the 70s, I learned Spanish in Venezuela. I spent some months in Venezuela. It was a beautiful country. Um, and it was a democracy back then. And I had predicted back then that at some point it would become a dictatorship. And everybody thought I was crazy. Well, I'm a little crazy, but look at what's going on. But at some point, I do see a Venezuela libre, a free Venezuela. Um, and I see democracy restored, not through the Trump administration, by the way. I'm
Okay.
sure that the Venezuelan and the government there is working behind the scenes to get rid of Trump. But they have a left-wing dictator, we have a right-wing one. But the bottom line is a dictator, no matter how you slice it.
Right. And whoever he is, he lost
He
to
lost,
somebody everybody loved and he wouldn't step down.
right? Um, I think Trump would like to invade Venezuela,
But
but
he had the army working with him. You're not going to have the army doing that.
well, I think Trump's generals behind the scenes are already talking about how to stop Trump.
Yeah, but it's going to end up okay, you guys. Look,
It'll be okay.
karmically, this is good.
No, it's going to come
Trump
out.
wants to get him out, but you know what? This guy, once again, I feel like when all this chaos happens, they'll force him out. Not
It's
the Americans, the Venezuelans.
It's going to come out through Venezuela about how Trump tried to cut underhanded deals with that country in
Yeah,
order to get what he wants. And it's not going to be pretty. There's a
yeah,
lot coming out.
yeah.
And by the way, not to change the subject, the Epstein files will come out and they'll come out very soon.
We'll see. They've been threatening. The thing is, you just got to swear that lady in, and then they'll ask for it to be released. But I see it coming more from a different country.
So do I. And that's exactly where I was going with Venezuela. Maybe not from Venezuela, but from another country, absolutely.
By the way, I heard from Trish James in Australia. She's got a new deck coming out. I can't wait to play with it. So, um, okay. So this is a good question, and this has been asked before, and I'm going to throw on it. Will SCOTUS be removed? Will the people who are underhanded and corrupt in SCOTUS be removed?
It's funny because my next question was almost the same thing. And it says, thank you, Mel and Linda. Does the conservative Supreme Court realize they are being scrutinized by the public? And are they aware they are being investigated? If so, are they trying to cover their behinds?
Well, the other thing is, did it affect them seeing those millions and millions of people marching? Did it click to them? Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it clicked. And I'm sure
And
that,
no arrest of anyone doing anything bad except for MAGAs.
right. And I'm sure that they're getting nervous now about what's going to come out about them once Trump is gone. They're getting nervous, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. And when you start seeing them voting not in favor of Trump is when you know it's close.
I think my guides are telling me it's getting to that.
Yeah, they're saying that a lot of them are rethinking. They instead of going for Trump, they have to go with the Constitution. But yeah, their past will come to get them.
That's right.
So, okay, go ahead with the question.
Elaine V says Kushner is Netanyahu's godson. Whoa. When will it be generally known and what are they really planning?
Elaine, who?
It just says Elaine V.
Oh, okay. What's the question again?
Kushner is Netanyahu's godson. When will it be generally known and what are they really planning?
Oh, there's so much underhandedness. I can't wait till Netanyahu goes. But listen, just now on the news, Representative Salwell is saying as soon as we take over in 2028, we're going to tear down that ballroom.
Oh yeah, that ballroom is going to be toast. Um, and you
They
know what?
said, and or rename it. It's not going to be Trump's ballroom. I love it.
It'll be taken down. That's what my guides show me if it's even ever finished.
I've
And
seen too much stuff happening. Well, they even said, why did they tear down the East Wing when the middle of winter? We're going to start having rain. We're going to start having snow.
the ballroom's going to be gone. And what I see, they're trying to tear down any semblance of what was. But what I see is that ballroom taken out and the rose garden put back.
Yeah, the
Yay.
Rose Garden will be put, but this is what I just got to hit. I just got to hit that what they're going to do is rebuild the East Wing beautifully,
Right.
bigger and beautiful. But that ballroom is going to go down. People will be screaming that it has to go
And
down.
all of Trump's pictures will come down.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of when, the Soviet Union fell and all the statues of Stalin came tumbling down. That's exactly what's going to happen with Trump. All of
Yeah.
all of his statues, all of his pictures down.
So we haven't heard anything. And this is funny because I was thinking about this the other day. This is from Air. We haven't heard anything from the guy who brought forth the allegations of Mike Johnson's grinder messages and his IP address to prove he was on a gay hookup site. Can y'all look into that? Is anything going to come out?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Remember the guy that said he was going to reveal that Mike Johnson was in Grinder?
Right.
He was going to prove it, and then he disappeared.
Well, he was probably warned to keep his mouth shut, but I still see behind the scenes people coming forward to show, indeed, that there were a lot of people who claim to be conservatively and anti-LGBTQ who were on Grindr, not only Mike Johnson.
Well, Grinder blows up every time there's a Republican convention.
Oh, it did the last time. It certainly did.
So also they say that he's in trouble. This is hearsay. I haven't really looked it up yet. But oh, they're talking about Trump fails. You know what? This is the media's fault. Why are you letting that SOB talk and say, well, I would not consider a third term? Why would you even let that go out there? Because he's not going to be able to do a third term. I don't even think he's going to be alive.
If even if he were alive, it's unconstitutional for him to do a third term.
Oh, but he
And the
thinks he can play it.
Supreme Court can't overturn that. That has to go to the states. And I think you have to have X amount of states voting to change that. And they don't have the votes to do it. So
So hated. I mean, look at the 7 million people plus that's marched, and you think if people like you? Nobody likes you.
Linda, I want to tell you, the future No Kings rallies are going to be even bigger. You can quadruple them. I
Well,
see,
let me tell you, when that East Wing went down, they said had that happened before the march, it would have been doubled because
I
it's a
see,
horrible sight.
I see at least at times eight. I mean, how many people marched in the No Kings time this time? How many was
Well,
it?
they said 7 million, but they think it's more now.
Linda, I can see it getting up to 50,
Oh,
70 million
oh,
people. It's
Jesus,
going to get
that's
huge.
huge.
It's going to be huge, I'm telling you. My guides are showing me multitudes and
And
multitudes
of
of,
course, they were all paid
oh
by
yeah.
Soros.
Yeah, they all got paid $1.
Some guy said, yeah. And then when they done marching, they got a $200 check. And somebody said, so why didn't you march and get your $200 check and prove to all of us that that did happen?
Excuse me for being so blunt. How do they think they're going to get a $200 check from the government when the government shut down and federal employees aren't getting paid and they're working for nothing?
Yeah, no, he said Soros
I
wrote
know.
the checks.
I
And
know.
George Soros has to file for bankruptcy because he wrote so many checks.
Yeah, right.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, back to the question of Kushner and Netanyahu. What they're planning, I think, is they wanted Gaza so they could tear it down. So when they rebuild it, like Trump wanted, they could make it like the Riviera of the Middle East, but it'll never play
We've
out
been
that.
saying this for a while. I know I have. And I saw them starting it, clearing it up and starting it, but it's net is going to go down. I see Palestine being able to claim it for them. They're going to move back in. Because right now they were even showing a picture of a Jewish man with the hat. What do they call him? That I say
The
with the
Hasidic,
pearl.
Hasidic.
And he told a family, "You need to move out because we're moving in."
Well, I see a point in time when Israel will be Israel and Palestine will be its own separate state, and the two will peacefully coexist. That's what I see coming.
Okay.
It's not tomorrow at 2:30, but it's going to happen, I think, within the next 4 or 5 years.
I never saw them. I saw them beginning the building and trying to do something, but they're somebody like Kushner better look out because they'll be after him.
And some people might go there, but a lot of us won't because I would never go there, not to a hotel or something like that put up by Kushner or Trump, because I'd be thinking, yeah, and this hotel was put up on the blood of
But
innocent people.
oh, you know where I would go though is Ukraine.
Yeah, I would go to Ukraine in a
Once
heartbeat. I
Ukraine
want to
is
go to
done
Ukraine.
with Russia and rebuilds, I would visit there and give them my tourist money.
Oh, I would too. I give money every month for the Ukrainian kids. So,
Yeah. Oh, they're so wonderful.
oh, this is a good question. I
Oh,
like,
I have to ask a question.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Gosh darn it, you always take over.
I'm sorry. It's in my nature.
Uh, oh, thank you, Linda and Auntie Mel. Will more people finally fight fire with fire by filing lawsuits against Trump and Melania? Well, Melania's already started because that author said she threatened that she was going to sue him for $1 billion. What's his name?
I can't think of his name, but I
I
know
can
he.
see him as clear as day. And he said, yeah, he turned around and filed a lawsuit against her. And he says he wants her under oath to testify
Shoot.
because he's got a lot of stuff about Epstein and stuff, proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And then let's see. Oh, you know what? I know she's scared to death.
Linda, she's going to need her diaper changed. That's she's
Well,
afraid.
I'm almost feeling like they'll try to extend it and extend it.
I agree. They'll just drag it out, and ultimately, if she has to testify, she's going to be told not to. And if she's smart, she'll just do what she needs to
Well,
do.
she can't claim the fifth because she threatened him.
Right, exactly.
So apparently, he can put her under deposition. I'm telling you, she won't go. I don't know how she'll figure out not going, but she
She
won't
will
go.
not go. I can tell you that. You're right. It'll be
Okay.
interesting. All right, sorry. This is a good one though. Sound healing, sound healing realtor. I like that. Asked, "Hi, Mel and Linda. I've been listening to you both in the last few weeks. My husband got furloughed starting this past Friday, and I have been in a panic mode. Can you two advise when this government shutdown may end? I'm just overwhelmed and hope our federal employees and military get some good news on this soon." I guess
Well,
her
what are
husband,
you feeling? I've answered this several times.
well, I think it's going to go on at least another month. That's what I
Oh,
think.
I didn't feel another month.
What do you
Back
think?
when it happened, I said it was going to be a month. I'm feeling the first part of November.
Okay, I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right because I think these people need to get paid. But you know what's happening with the military and those people that have been furloughed? This whole thing with Donald Trump, it's almost like him saying, let them eat cake. And it's helping to bring down his downfall, the shutdown.
This is hurting him beyond, but we don't want people to really suffer because
No, 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 not at all. But unfortunately, people do. It's unfortunate, you know. And him blaming the Democrats is looking even worse for him. People aren't people aren't buying the biggest uh, portion of our population. Um, Even people who voted for Trump, they're not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. They've had it.
hey, I got the coffin as the outcome
Oh,
and quick motion. So let's just put this out there. I can't tell you for sure. Let me just concentrate real quick, if you don't mind. I'm going to ask my higher vision. Go ahead. Tell me what's going to happen. So I guess people are going to die. People are going to be sick that can't get care. There's some deaths that will be apparently, or people getting really sick, but that people are blaming the administration, blaming Trump. I saw his back up against the wall where it's all of a sudden, hey, you guys, we better turn this around.
social media is going to be on it like white on rice.
But the thing is, part of the reason is they want to do this is because they don't want to. They wait the whole year and not have
Right.
her take the oath, but it's not going to happen. I see people really upset. More marching, not rioting, but marching.
Marching. Look what I pulled. Judgment.
Yeah.
It's not looking
So
good.
I'm getting the next. I always thought it was the first week of November. That's what I'm getting, but it could be the second week of November. But you don't want to mess with people's emotions.
No.
And they're
I
having to worry about feeding their families. I'm seeing a lot of good news. I found a place here in Santa Rosa for their where your food place, but I donate money. But and then there's one for the army. There I'm finding I posted on my community page, you guys, all kinds of listing, but a lot of people with money are giving 160 million here, this and that, to these places so they'll have plenty of food.
I pulled another card on it and I got the Five of Swords. Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, fighting.
It can be fighting, but it's so bad that people are really suffering that it's going to be all over the news and they're going to blame him and
Um,
Mike Johnson.
yeah, I mean it's like here again, it's the Trump let them eat cake attitude, and that's another thing that's going to bring him down. And my guides keep telling me the women will bring him down.
Yeah.
The
Well,
women.
women who can't feed their children will go after him with pots and pans.
Exactly.
So,
He's dining high on the hog, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
even to
yeah.
go, even to go to a restaurant, I went out this morning to get a little bite to eat. I got biscuits and gravy, a side order of bacon and scrambled eggs, and a cup of coffee. It was $18
How
for
much is it usually?
biscuits and gravy, 8 or 9.
It's never been cheap out here.
I mean, it's not
And
that
bacon's been expensive for a while.
well, bacon, yeah, but not biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, but you didn't just have biscuits and gravy. You had bacon and
Right.
scrambled eggs. Eggs are more expensive.
No, but I think the whole bill came to $30
For one person?
for one person.
Well, yeah, that is a lot.
That's my point.
Yeah, the
That
biscuits,
was just the
well, they're
biscuits
all
and
up in their
gravy.
prices. Yeah.
I mean, they have to, but people can't afford to eat out. It used to be kind of cheaper to eat out than, to cook at home for just one or two people, but at the grocery store, the prices have skyrocketed.
Oh, I know.
And, people,
Even ground beef,
yeah. And then what they're doing with, oh, what do you call it? Years ago, they thought the SNAP program, you
which
know,
they're cutting as of the first.
and people aren't getting that anymore. the whole FEMA thing, to help people with disaster relief. They're not getting that anymore. I mean, people are really, you're right. The mamas are going to be mad
I
and
know.
they're not going to put up with it.
Poor things.
I help as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Okay, Beverly, welcome home, Auntie Mel. I'm Linda's Okie buddy from Tulsa, deep ruby red area of the country. So many people here are on SNAP and Medicaid. And you know what? No offense, Beverly. Like you said, it's red. And even my tribe, they voted for that SOB. What part of he didn't try to ruin us before did they not understand? I guess they really thought he'd get the illegals out. Little did they realize that he was going to take a United States citizens too, that he would be so awful, that he was going to take away your jobs and your income.
Well, I mean, he said that the illegals took our jobs. They did not. When's the last time you saw somebody uh, clean a toilet or mow a lawn? Come on. Uh,
Yeah.
and now everybody's screaming like in Nebraska, there was nobody to pick the corn, and there was nobody to work the fields. Well, hello, you know. Then they said, "Oh, we'll bring in this group to do it." It's like, no, why don't some of you senators from Nebraska and some of you House members and some of you politicians get out there and work the fields, like, and see how you like it?
Yeah. There you go.
No,
So,
they're not going to do that.
yeah. But she said, so very many here are on SNAP and Medicaid and are losing jobs, income, but cannot place the blame on their chosen tribe party to save their soul. So basically, what she's saying is they're still Trumpsters, which is interesting.
I don't,
There are
yeah.
some people who will go down with the ship and claim alliance to him.
Well, but I think like at the end of Nazi Germany, when Hitler was defeated, a lot of them crawled back on the woodworks and said, we weren't Nazis, and they were.
Yeah,
And we'll see a lot of that too. Oh, well, we voted for Trump, but we weren't really MAGAs. We'll see a lot of that going on.
yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead with your question.
All righty. Uh,
Thank you guys for the questions.
yeah, these are great questions. Jet619 says, do you think one of the reasons the Epstein files are being hidden is because Cittadini is listed as an unindicted co-conspirator? Good question.
Do I believe that what?
Do you think one of the reasons the Epstein files are being hidden is
Oh
because,
yeah. Oh yeah, full stop. He's in there, he's part of it. Hell yeah.
yeah, he doesn't want it to be made public, that's for sure. They're doing everything in their power. First there was a file, according to Pam Bondi, then there wasn't, then there was, then,
And they lie, they sit up there lying. You don't know which eye to look at with that FBI guy.
well, he's going to go to jail, and so will Pam Bondi.
She will. There's going to be Nuremberg trials, like we've been saying from way back when.
It's going to be obstruction of justice for her, and it's going to be abuse of power.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway.
Um, when do you see the truth about election stealing and treason coming out?
It
After he's
already
gone.
is. It already is.
Yeah, but really where there's detailed reporting on it after he's gone.
It, I think that the Elon Musk camp is going to start coming out with some stuff. I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. I've got a cold.
That's okay. Yeah, I can tell. So go ahead.
All right. Um, Hi, Mel and Linda. A Virginia couple filed a lawsuit to stop construction of the new ballroom because Trump didn't get approval from historical, architectural, and preservationist organizations. How will the lawsuit turn out? Will another preservationist organization also file a lawsuit? I say
I see a
yes.
lot of lawsuits. Yeah.
A lot of lawsuits. People are mad about that
I
ballroom.
see him putting it on hold. It'll piss him off, but
Well,
I
it's
see them putting it on hold.
It's like, the government's on shutdown. Trump, you're blaming the Democrats, but yet people aren't getting paid. uh, you're not making any effort to bring it back, to open the government up because you don't want that woman, I can't think of her name, sworn in because you know she's going to bring the Epstein files front and forward.
But they'll still figure out a way to block it.
They'll try. That's
Yeah.
right. But the bottom line is, you're building a ballroom, and people aren't getting paid and people are hungry. Well, guess what? It's not boding well for you, Donald.
Yeah. This is a weird question, and maybe you know more about it. From Baby Blue. The Republicans in Illinois are still trying to get downstate to succeed to Indiana. Have you heard about that?
Mm-mm.
Will they get this done? They could just move if they want to be part of Indiana.
I do not see
I
Illinois
don't see that
seceding
happening.
to Indiana. I do not see downstate breaking off from northern Illinois and seceding. If they do, it's unconstitutional. It's against the law.
Yeah, yeah,
They'd have to move to Indiana.
yeah. Okay.
Um, okay. Bodie, I think, Boudi, Bodie. Thanks, Mel and Linda. Do you see Trump gone 6 months from now? I can't believe he'll still be here till the midterms.
I can only tell you what I saw. I can't, if my guides find me, and the thing is, time frames are even with the guides can be bad.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to say yes or no. I just don't see him finishing his full term in
Oh, he
office.
won't finish the full term, that's for sure. But
And
when he's going, I'm not going to put a place tag on it.
right, and I see dark clouds around his head area, which means he's got to watch his head area. I still keep thinking, strokes and things like that. And I do not, I just have a hard time seeing a long-term future for him. And that tells
Yeah,
me he's not going to be on the planet long.
right.
Um, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Turn. Me? Okay. This is a good one. We've touched on it, but it's a good one. Christine Vaughn says, is the ballroom grift and tearing down the East Wing really to fortify the bunker so he can hide from being taken away?
Yeah.
They say that he's fortifying the bunker under the East Wing. I've heard
Yeah,
that.
that's one of his main focuses. Again, I'm not seeing things getting completed.
I don't either. I don't either. People are
So,
going to be like, you're spending money on that. Then he's going to say, but no, but it's not the taxpayers' money. Well, then who's paying for it, Donald?
well, he said he gave a list of all kinds of people like Google and Amazon
It doesn't matter. It's like, okay,
but
but
he gave them breaks. You know
but
what he does is he tells them, I gave you billions of breaks, tax breaks, so you need to hand over money to me so I can build this ballroom.
but but meanwhile, the American people should be saying, but wait a minute, all these companies are spending money on your ballroom. They could be donating money to help
Right,
feed the
or they
poor.
could be paying their employees so they don't have to struggle.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So here's one, Alex. How is SCOTUS going to vote on the legality of Trump's tariffs on November 5th?
Um, well, the thing is that I don't you have to go through Congress or something? I don't know how that works. Um,
Yeah, you're supposed to go through Congress.
but
I think that may be the key right there, just now what you said. They
I
may say, well, if he has tariffs, all he has to do is go through Congress. Do you see what I'm saying?
tried to see how the money's appropriated.
Like he can't just randomly decide himself. He has to go through Congress. That could be and also a way for them to get out of it where they're not telling him no, but they're saying there's a process. I don't know why that feels right.
And
Let me
that
just look real quick.
that feels like a loss, you know,
Oh,
for
it'll be a loss to him because he doesn't want to have to ask anybody. And
that.
don't worry, the Congress is going to be blue coming up within a year. Yeah, everybody's happy. People are joyous. Oh, and Amy Comey Barrett will vote in favor of not letting him be able to do that, carte blanche. Yeah, so look, good news. Okay.
Yay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Um, are we done or?
Well, no, you do the last question.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Robert Hartman says, "Do you think Trump might run to Argentina where he sent billions, or the Middle East, people who gave him the plane?" That's Qatar, or however you pronounce it,
Yeah,
Qatar. Seems funny that a lot of uh, Nazis back in the past ran to Argentina after the war.
yeah.
Um, you know, he can run to Argentina, but if they revoke his passport, how's he going to get out of the country?
Because he has plenty of friends that'll take him
Well, then
behind
the
closed
state
doors.
just say bring him back, or else we'll come and get him.
I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm not. I'm glad if he goes. Fuck him. Excuse my French. F him if he can't take a joke.
Linda dropped the F-bomb. I love
I
it.
know. I hope I don't get punished.
I
But
don't think
yeah,
so.
no. F him. It's
Here's where I'm coming up with. I still don't see a long life for him, so I don't know if he'll.
no, I know. I see him struggling. If it's true, what the thing is with the granddaughter, you never know if she said he doesn't have long. Why would she tell any Joe Blow? I
Right,
don't know. You can't trust anything on the media anymore. I
right,
went to put something up from some guy that has a show that said SCOTUS said he cannot use all these powers. And I thought, oh, this is good. And he was talking about it, and he was talking about how Amy Coney Barrett did. And I told my friend who's in politics, and she says, I can't find any backup for this. I'm
yeah,
not seeing it. So I looked, and this person just made it up.
right. That's why I always try to check the facts
Oh my God, you got to fact check so bad now.
because there's so much out there.
There's so much crap.
And they slip. Sometimes you can't check it all. It's just
Right.
impossible. But
So are
anyway,
you staying home today because you're sick?
no, I'm off on Mondays anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't feel sick. I've just got this head cold, and
You can tell, I can hear it. Yeah.
but
There's a lot of people have been having colds. It's going
my nose
around.
is running like
And
an.
whenever you fly, you're guaranteed to catch something.
Oh, when I'm going to start wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I normally don't, but I will. Anyway, so next week will be my channel, right? I think.
Your channel. Yes.
And we've got Benicia coming up,
Yeah.
so
We're
excited.
all meeting on Wednesday, and then Thursday's the event.
And
And
for
it
anybody
ends
that wants,
Saturday night.
and for
Uh,
anybody that wants to see the eclipse in Iceland in August, let me know because it's going to be cool. I checked about doing Egypt for 2027. I was telling Linda before the show, and um, they said they would put a trip together for me. The only problem is that time of the year in Egypt, it is ungodly hot.
112, 117 degrees. I said, don't put me down.
It's
I
too
can't,
hot.
and because I'd like to see the pyramids and stuff. I can't walk around in heat. I can't do it.
I don't want people to have heat stroke. So I
Well,
think,
I can't walk because my thighs start melting and then they stick together.
but I think anybody that wants to see the eclipse, a total eclipse, Iceland, August the 8th is when it departs. I think the eclipse is on the 15th or something. That's a better bet because the temperature in Iceland will be probably in the 50s or 60s. So
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. Anyway, so I just want to touch on that. But Benicia, I'm so excited. Yay! It's gonna be so much fun.
So I'll talk to you next Monday and then I'll try to get a group thing for all our peoples.
All right, sweetie.
Okay, honey.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Cheers.